Great news. We want to hear from you. We want your questions, your thoughts, all of that good stuff. And you can email us now at podcast@mancity.com.
Have you had a look back at it since?
It really hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a look back at it because literally everyone was texting me after the game that there was no penalty. I understand that it looked like a penalty because it was really risky.
Yeah.
And I even got a picture actually where I really touched the ball. So I kind of wanted to send it to them, but yeah.
Me and Nedum in the stands giving it. Oh, yeah.
I heard you. Yeah, I heard you.
Yeah.
The official Manchester City podcast. Watch the full video version of this show via City Plus now.
Bit of an up and under to deal with. And it's a goal! Rebecca Knaak! And the German with her first goal for Manchester City. A header from Rebecca Knaak. And all of a sudden, it is game on, Karen.
Rebecca, thank you so much for joining us on the official Man City podcast. Great to have you. I suppose the first thing to talk about is how you're settling into life at City, because we spoke to Mary Fowler recently and she said it's like you've been at City for years, the way you've sort of settled in, but it's only been a couple of months. So how have you found it so far?
Yeah, that makes me really happy when people say that because it's actually the way I feel as well. Now when I look back sometimes and I'm like, oh, it's still only March, you know? It feels like I've been here for longer, which, yeah, I think is a good sign. And everyone has made me feel very welcome from the first day. So I feel like it's been very busy and tense, but I felt very comfortable from the very first day. And everyone around in this club has helped me. So yeah, I'm really happy to be here. I feel quite settled. Yeah.
And how about the things off the field? What was the, say, trickiest thing to settle in with in a new country?
Oh, the traffic.
The traffic?
Oh, really?
Okay. Manchester's not bad for traffic, really.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
No, but you know, the left traffic. So
Yeah.
I really struggle with that.
Okay.
No, other than that, I feel like Manchester is quite easy to live in. So I feel like I found my places. Obviously, the girls helped a bit, like sending me loads of recommendations. And I feel like I've not have any issues with that so far.
Okay.
Yeah. If we see someone steaming the wrong way down the Mancunian way.
Yeah, that's
It's
definitely me.
vexed,
Yeah.
It's vexed,
Also,
okay.
I think I'm the only person standing still on a red cross traffic lights.
yeah,
Everyone
okay.
is just walking, and I don't know where to look, so I
Okay.
just rather stand.
No, follow the rules.
Yeah,
Follow the rules.
Exactly,
I like
that's
it.
me,
The way
German.
forward. Yeah, exactly. I suppose you talk about how intense a start has it been. Do you think that's actually helped you a bit? The fact that you almost haven't had time to sort of get nerves and think about it too much. It's a case of, right, there's a big game here I've got to be ready for. Big game here I've got to be ready for. Has that maybe helped a bit?
Yeah, definitely. Now when I look back, it definitely helped. I think in that period, everyone was a bit like, oh, it's quite a lot for you. I hope like you're fine. But in the end, I think it was perfect for me because I just got straight into the team. Obviously, it helps when you also play a lot like in the team. And I loved it because despite all the intensity and pressure, obviously I had to get used to this a bit because it's a different dimension for me at this club. I really enjoyed it, and just going from game to game really helped me to just focus on the club, and that's what I did from the very first day, and yeah, it really helped me to settle.
And who's sort of really helped you as well in the team sort of settle, because it's a really tight squad and you seem to have fit in really well, but were there any players in those early stages who really sort of looked after you?
I mean, to be fair, everyone was super friendly, but yeah, in the very first days, Viv really took care of me. So I think she really helped me, especially in Abu Dhabi, making me feel comfortable. And then honestly, like everyone was looking out. Like Alex came to me before the first games, which was like huge for me because obviously she's like a big idol for me as well. So yeah, she really helped me. Then the other girls like Mas, Kirsten, yeah, I could mention even more, but everyone was really like trying to make me feel comfortable and be like, which I thought was interesting as well. Everyone was like, just be you. So I didn't really need to change. And that's what makes me so happy that apparently, because a lot of people say like, this seems to be a good fit. Like apparently I didn't even need to change for that, which makes it really, yeah, good for both sides, I guess.
Do you know, so normally when somebody makes their debut in a league, they tend to be a little bit younger, but you've got so much experience. What was the feeling for you when you were getting ready for that first game in the WSL?
I mean, I was really nervous because it was like a massive game at the Etihad. straight away. But yeah, I just tried to focus on doing the things we were supposed to do. I kind of knew what everyone expected from me. I didn't really know how it would feel on the pitch then, because I've never been to the stadium before, and it was a different one than the Joey's. But yeah, in the end, it's football. And yeah, I guess my experience helped me in that case, because I felt, okay, I can do that. But yeah, it took me some games to actually understand, like, okay, this is the level we are at now. And in the beginning, I was quite nervous and a bit anxious as well. But I got a bit more confident the more games and minutes I played.
What would you say is sort of different compared to the leagues that you've played in terms of WSL?
I mean, the pressure, like I said before, within the club, I would say, but also like media and the whole league is just, it's bigger, like in every dimension. And then also the quality, like the level is a bit higher as in Germany, for example, I would say right now, and also higher as in Sweden, for sure. So yeah, I think the opponents you meet, like there's no team with like average players. I think everyone is like really good, and everyone has like national team players and experienced players, and it's not that you face like younger average Bundesliga players, for example. So I think that was a big difference, like intensity and tempo wise.
I suppose that brings the best out of you as well. If you're playing the best, it's a sink or swim situation, isn't it? And you have swum, so
yeah, I guess that's exactly what I wanted, because I just said it in January or in December, you know, what my goal was and what my ambitions were, and that's exactly what I wanted, like competing with the best and then see where I can get, and I just hoped to adapt the level quite quickly, and also to see what I can do if I'm being like really under pressure. So I kind of liked it, even though some of the situations were uncomfortable as well, because it's hard, but that's where you grow, and that really helped me so far.
What would you say has been I would say the biggest highlight, and we'll maybe get to that, but what would you say the biggest learning experience has been for you over the last couple of months?
I think it was like quite continuously like learning on the pitch, but maybe the first Etihad game, like the United game, was like the biggest learning for me, because that was the moment where I felt, okay, I'm here now, like I'm in. And the game obviously was very frustrating, and I was really emotional after the game as well, because you put so much effort in and then you lose, and everything was like targeting this game, you know, you were preparing for this game, and then it was like a big frustration. I was really sad after the game, but I think now when I look back, this was maybe a very important moment, because it was like mixed emotions, but this was like the start, and I felt like from that moment on, I knew like, okay, that's what I need to work on, or that's what we need to work on, and it really helped me grow then, I think.
And you scored as well, I guess, which is at the time maybe not something that, as you say, you're hurting from the result, but something to look back on, scoring at the Etihad. I mean, you grabbed a few as well, didn't you?
Oh, it's not loads. It's not loads, but I did feel that, yeah. Very much celebrated your goal as well.
Oh,
yeah.
Being a big City fan and being in the stadium, and it was, well, we could call it a false dawn, but it was nice to see you score that goal, you know. And again, so from my perspective, having played in the men's game and so on, every time I go to the Etihad to watch like the women play, I always remind myself that not everybody gets a chance to play in front of 10, 15, 20, 30,000. There are so many people that will play as a professional, whether it's men, women, and so on. Like, that's such a huge moment. And at times we get sort of like jaded by, we expect, oh, it's normal.
Yeah.
Those occasions are huge. And obviously you talk about the mixed emotions, but to score a goal at the Etihad in a Manchester derby, there are so few people that could ever say they've done that. So yeah, just want to congratulate you on that, even though the result wasn't what we wanted.
Yeah, well, thank you. But that's actually an interesting thing you say now, because that's what I try to remind myself of after the game, because obviously it was a lot of frustration, but then I was like, okay, but we got the chance to play at the Etihad. And then I also felt like what it means to play for this club. It kind of, gave me a picture or like a vision of that's what it means to play for City. And I was like, yeah, that's huge. And I just felt like you need to be aware of that, what it means. And obviously this is something that makes me really grateful and proud in a way, because you know so many people that support you or give you the opportunities to play in this arena, for example. So that was a big moment, yeah.
Yeah. And I suppose the fact that you then play United 4 days later and away from home and beat them shows the growth in the team as well, and also the great reaction from it.
Exactly, and I think that was the same with the Arsenal games.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously very frustrating results, especially considering our Champions League qualification for next year. So obviously we wanted to win these games in the league, but to show this reaction like 3 days after, I think that is a really strong aspect for this team, because we showed that we are actually better than them. Just need to deliver. But yeah, as I said, I think it was a strong team effort.
Yeah, particularly the Arsenal game. I thought that you and Lyra in particular were our two best players, because it's a tough place to go, Meadow Park, and to get a result there's something. It's just that penalty decision. You got the ball. Have you had a look back at it since?
It really hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a look back at it because literally everyone was texting me after the game that there was no penalty. And I mean, I was sure in that situation that I haven't touched her, because I remember, I know I touched the ball. And then I just thought, okay, I understand that it looked like a penalty because it was really risky. But everyone was telling me, no, it was never a penalty. And that kind of made me feel better, but in the end I was just more angry.
Yeah.
And I even got a picture actually where I really touched the ball. So I kind of wanted to send it to them, but yeah.
It says a lot though that happens. You feel like something's gone against you, and yet you don't lose focus. You still get the result in the end. And I mean, the fact that it's a literally last kick of the game winner to take you into a final, that must be one of your favourite moments so far.
Yeah. I remember I was just screaming at my ass because I was, to be honest, I was just so happy we didn't get to extra time. But yeah, this moment was big, and everyone was just super, super happy, and it felt like you say, when you feel like something's going against you and then you still win, yeah, that was good. And also at their ground made it feel even better.
Big time. And the support from the fans as well was incredible at Meadow Park and elsewhere, and they seem to have really taken a liking to you straight away, which I imagine must be really nice when the fans are kind of right behind you and giving you a lot of love as well.
Yeah, for sure. It's like something I really appreciate, and it's like I said before, this club, like what it means to play for this club, and then you see all the fans like traveling and being there on a Wednesday night or like whenever. It's something we really appreciate, and it really pushes everyone on the field. So yeah, really grateful for that.
Yeah. Me and Nedum in the stands giving it.
I heard you. Yeah, I heard you.
Yeah. You hear me again.
The other side of it as well, especially with the League Cup, it's given Lily Murphy, for an example, a chance to shine. Gracie Pryor's come in and done brilliantly while you've been away for a little bit. So like, how have those young players sort of developed? I know you've only been here a couple of months, but watching them do so well, it just sort of bodes really well for where this team's going, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. I think they do great work in the academy, because all the players that are with us are really like good girls, really disciplined and like really wanting to learn, and yeah, they're just eager to take the next steps, and I think they take every opportunity they can get. And as I feel like, especially this season with the injuries we're having, they needed to step up, and they did. So I think that's a really positive sign. And like I said, they're all really good girls. So I think we're just trying to find like support for everyone in the team, like in different ways, like injured players and maybe younger players, more experienced players, so that everyone gets the best out of it. But yeah, for sure, they took their chances.
So when you first came to the club, what were your objectives, your own personal ones? What were your goals?
I wanted to prove myself, I guess.
Prove to yourself.
But I mean, to be honest, also to other people, that I can play on this level and that I will get playing time at this club. So I didn't expect to play right away. Obviously now we had an injury, so the situation was a bit different, but I was willing to take that challenge as well, to compete for playing time, to compete in this, in my opinion, best league. And I guess in the end it was mostly the proof to myself, but I would lie if I'd say I wouldn't like to prove other people as well.
Were you a full German international before you came?
No.
So you are now?
Yes.
So did that need to prove to anyone from that side that you were good enough as well?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess so. Because it was still my goal to play for the national team, but I was also very realistic. Realistically, I was like, I'm 28. The chances are maybe not that high that they will call me up now, because they know me. I mean, they know who I am and what they can get. But I felt the last years, especially in Sweden, they didn't really maybe look at me. I don't know. I'm not gonna judge that, but I just felt I can be better than what I've shown before. And I felt, especially in the last season in Sweden, like I could be better than that. And I kind of wanted to show them as well. So obviously there was quite some attention when I moved here. And everyone was like, oh, wait for the national team now. But I kind of wanted to see what really would happen. So that they actually called me was, like massive. I was really happy about that. So I guess in the end, this was also a bit of proving them or showing them that they maybe did wrong before.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
What was the moment like when you got the call?
It was quite funny because I was just doing grocery shopping. I was literally walking home with my bags, and then I saw a German number calling me. I was like, oh, okay. I kind of heard a rumor that they are watching me. So I was not like super shocked, but I didn't expect like the national team coach to call me. So he was actually calling me saying, just that you know, I'm coming to the game against Arsenal. Maybe we can have a chat. Bye. And I was like, hi. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, okay.
But then we had a little chat at the game. And then he was like, yeah, you can really hope for a call up. And then I think it was like 1 or 2 weeks more.
Right.
I was hoping.
Yeah. So he's dangled it there.
Yeah.
Brutal.
But in the end, he called me and like said, yeah, you'll be in the squad. And it was a really happy moment. Yeah.
Who did you speak to first? Was it your parents, your friends?
Yeah, I texted in our family group straight away. And then my best friends called my best friend, my agent, like literally not everyone, but like all my closest people, and everyone was super happy, which made me even more happy then, because they were so proud.
Yeah.
So to add to this then, so you told me what the goals were when you first came, and then you're playing week in, week out for a spell, you're playing for the German national team, and now that you've settled, well, what's next? What are your goals now?
I mean, now my goal is to go to the Euros, for sure. And with City, I'm really sad now that I'm gonna miss games, or that I've missed games, because obviously I have really big goals here as well. So this little injury is just, a little frustrating right now, because it was so fun to play here, and I really wanted to help the team now. But now my short-term goal is just to get back on the pitch. And to achieve a Champions League spot, and to go further in the Cup, Champions League. Yeah, and then hopefully to the Euros.
Good, clear vision.
Yeah,
Love
it's good that. Yeah,
Love it,
nice sort of. There's a short-term goal. There's a slightly longer goal, then a slightly longer one.
Thought this through.
Yeah,
There we go.
Yeah. It's almost like there's method to.
Apparently so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Told you I'm German.
Yeah.
Right? I have a structure.
Of course.
Everything's in place. Talking about your debut a bit more against Holland for once, it's a big game anyway, but then just the weird situation where you're coming into a team that you probably knew, I imagine, most of the team there, but then your direct opponent's Viv.
Yeah.
You're literally marking your City teammate. Yeah. Did she or Jill or Kirsten have a chat with you at any point, or How did it go with those three?
I mean, we had a chat before the game. And obviously in the locker room we were like, yeah, see you next week. Everyone was a bit like, that's funny. But I didn't really know if I'm going to play or start or whatever. And then, in the game we kind of hold ourselves together because I thought if I start chatting to Viv now, we're not... This is like, I can't do this in my first game. So so we were like pretending to be real opponents. But after the game, all of the girls came straight away and were really cute, like congrats on your debut. And I also love Holland because it has quite a big importance for me because we always used to go to Holland as kids and I just kind of have a good connection to that country. So it was kind of nice that, I got to play them and obviously see the girls as well. Even got a Holland jersey now as a little present, which will remind me of that day. So it was good.
So it was the perfect moment then, somewhere that you sort of got an affection with playing against them as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Is that shirt going to get framed or what's your plan with it?
It's still in the box. It's a pretty box though.
Yeah.
But I might actually do that. Haven't thought about it yet.
That'd be nice. And then your other games against Austria, so you're playing against Laura as well?
Yeah, I know. It's fun. It's city people everywhere.
Yeah.
That was fun as well. We just, we thought we might have some time to get a coffee or something, but everyone was so busy, so we kind of just met on the pitch then. But fun as well to play them. Obviously, a lot of Austrian players are quite familiar with the German league. So a lot of familiar faces. But was fun.
Yeah. Have you ever had, when you were playing for the 21s, Nedum, did you ever have it where you came up against either a City teammate or someone that you'd played with somewhere else?
21s, no. Not really, no. Not really. Not from that sort of aspect.
No,
you know what I mean? The scale of it. But playing for the 21s was a lot of fun. Some good memories. Unfortunately, the saddest one, the very last under 21s game I played, excuse my age here, but it was in 2009 and it was the European Championship final.
Oh, yeah.
And it was against Germany. We lost 4-0.
I was going to say you'd have to say the score.
Yeah, but that was the team that featured like Jerome Boateng, Manuel Neuer, Mesut Ozil, Sami Khedira. So it was an okay German team.
It's the German.
It was an okay German
Not
team.
too bad.
Yeah, they were okay. They were okay. 4-0's a lot, but they were okay.
It's the German team who beat the England men's senior team 4-1 at the next World Cup the year after.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So in theory, we did it right.
Fair enough, yeah.
Yeah, he's too soon. He said 21s. It's caused so much trouble now.
I just saw a little twitch in your eye.
No, it's too soon. Still way too soon, yeah.
Sorry about that. Well, maybe in a decade.
And this is my last appearance on the official Man City podcast.
Understood. Yeah, no
Thank you.
worries.
Yeah, no
Well,
worries.
Bex can come and host with me, so it's all
Yeah,
good.
I'm sure. Yeah, just like that.
How are you finding Manchester generally as well? Away from the football and the driving, how are you finding the city itself?
I kind of like the city. It kind of reminds me of Cologne. Like, it's not my hometown, but that's like the closest town. Because I wouldn't say it's pretty. I think you would agree, right? It's
we don't need to go into that too much, but please carry on.
You've insulted everyone.
Please carry on. Yeah.
Okay,
Please
good.
carry on. It depends where you go.
yeah.
It's historic. It depends where you go.
Yeah. But I think it's kind of a cool city. So like all the cafe places and restaurants, like it's nice places, and I feel like the people are actually quite friendly, which I didn't know. Like I didn't know English people can be that friendly.
Maybe it's not just English people. Maybe it's people from Manchester who know.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
You see, so,
But yeah, I kind of enjoy living here, and everything is quite close, like it's easy to get everywhere. And yeah, I mean, I didn't come here to enjoy the good weather and the pretty, right? So I kind of knew what to expect. But I mean, summer's coming. There's a bit of like things going on now, and I think it's fun as well. So yeah, I think I'll be fine.
Yeah. Can't believe what you said about Manchester. It's disgraceful.
what did you say after that? I didn't hear anything else.
No, I heard nothing after.
I can't even say it. I can't bring myself to say it as a Mancunian. Just said something. I don't remember what it was.
Oh, that's funny. A lot of the players are obviously into their coffees, as you said, sort of going out for a coffee and that. Is there anywhere in particular you've really enjoyed going with them? Any places they've recommended that you like to go to?
Yeah, I feel like obviously everything around Ancoats, but is it called Marina? Yeah, this part where you can sit outside and get a bit of nature. This is my favorite place, like Poland, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm just looking for, like Sweden vibes and like a harbor or something. So I kind of felt like I have like at least a mini version of that, of Malmö. Still looking for the beach, but yeah. No, it's nice there. And I think as long as the coffee is good, vibes are good, I'm happy. And if the sun is out, oh my God.
Even better.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Not too many days like that, but it's fine.
Yeah.
We're all good.
Yeah. I suppose you haven't had much of a chance really to explore because of the schedule and everything that's going on. But like I can't remember who we spoke to. I think it was Naomi said you all went and watched a film recently at the cinema. Were you there for that one? Made everyone cry or?
Yeah, kind of. We've actually been to the cinema quite a bit here because the weather was bad. So we were like, what are I supposed to do? So we went for Bridget Jones and all the good crying stuff, Really love that. Yeah, and then, to be fair, I haven't been like out a lot, like you said, because of the schedule. And I'm so professional. So.
Exactly. You've just been
I've never seen a bar or pub yet, just from the outside.
Mm-hmm.
So I can only talk
only
about
imagine.
coffee, but I can imagine it's quite fun, maybe.
Good. Quick glance to the producer, please delete that.
Can we cut here?
The final bit I just wanted to chat about was about your degree, your PhD.
Hold on. Is it a degree or PhD?
Are they different? No, it's a doctorate. It's a PhD.
It's a PhD. So, do you have a PhD?
I don't have it yet.
Having a PhD.
Pardon?
I don't have it yet.
Oh, that's what you're working towards.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's just to say it's two different things. Because one is for like, I don't want to point at you or anything, but
You calling me?
I'm sure you have a degree.
I do have a degree.
Yeah,
I don't have a
she's working on something
PhD.
beyond a degree, which is a PhD. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
You're better than him.
Well, yeah.
That's what I'm trying to get to.
Water's wet. The Pope's Catholic.
I mean, not yet. I've just started it.
And what's it going to be in?
Sports psychology.
Okay. Why sports psychology?
You mean the topic?
Yes.
It's basically competitive anxiety, self-talk, like interventions, and I think it's gonna be perfectionism, like some personality trait that I want to see if there's any relation in female athletes.
Okay.
So I'm basically assuming that if you're very perfectionistic, you might experience more anxiety as well, which would make a self-talk training, for example, more effective. Because you could work on these thoughts and, basically also feelings in the end, but mostly of the thoughts you're having in your head. So we're just trying to break that down because I'm always having a lot of ideas, and my supervisor's just like, no, that's too much. Like, focus.
Okay.
But that's basically the topic I'm working on.
And is this one, did you start it back in Frankfurt, did you say? Or was it one from Sweden that you started?
I mean, my supervisor, he's in Frankfurt.
Right.
So I've worked in Sweden already with him, but because I knew it's kind of hard to plan 5 or 7 years in advance in football, we agreed on just doing it in my own time frame. He will be available. If I have the chance to go to Germany and meet him, I'll do that. Other than that, we can just do it like online. So right now I'm just looking at opportunities to do it with academy players, maybe even here at City, or in Sweden or Germany, to see if we can do anything helpful, because I feel like a lot of people are very interested in it. So I'd love to actually give some practical advice as well, because that's what I want to do, because it's so much theory. And I know when you hear psychology, everyone is still a bit like, oh, okay, what does that mean? Like, can you actually help us?
Yeah.
And I want to make it a bit more like, okay, that's what we can do. That's what a coach can do. That's what a player can do. Like doing things in practice.
Yeah. And how do you see yourself within that? Because you say there are obviously different types of people, say whether you're a perfectionist and so on. Like, what type of person are you? Like, how do you deal with your own psychology?
I wouldn't say I'm a perfectionist, because I feel like I'm okay, like leaving things as they are. But at the same time, I feel like I am in certain ways as well. I think it's quite hard because every trait is like on a spectrum, I would say. So I think it's hard to say like, oh, you're anxious, you're not. And I feel like it depends on the situation. So in some situations, I maybe feel I'm more anxious. That's what I want to see as well, like during a game, for example, versus a training. And then obviously, depending on your support system maybe, which is within yourself, but also within the team, the coaches. So everything there, I don't think I can give you a straight answer here, to be fair, because it's so complex.
Yeah, I knew that, to be fair. I don't know why I asked the question. It's a silly question.
I mean, it was a good question.
So in regards to that then, from a playing standpoint, in your history, because obviously today could be very different, which things have made you the most anxious and which moments have had you feel the most comfortable when it comes down to playing football?
Most anxious, probably in the beginning of my career, definitely. Like when I was quite young and got my first minutes in the Bundesliga, I was really anxious. I didn't want to get any ball. Like honestly, I just want to give it away because I was so afraid to make mistakes. And that actually took quite a while, I would say, to get rid of that. And then some players actually made me feel more comfortable, but some players, like the national team players, which I respected the most, some of them really made me anxious. Also the coach. So I think the biggest shift in my career, so maybe going back to your question as well, is that I'm maybe the same person anxiety-wise, but I feel like I can handle it differently now.
Yeah.
Because I kind of got more aware of what I can, what I'm maybe not good at, but like this self-confidence you build up during your career is kind of like a buffer, I would say. So now I feel like the same situation makes me less anxious because I know what I can do and I know what to focus on. And then I feel like the whole generation has changed a bit as well.
Yeah.
You know, like these old school, especially German players, they were like screaming at you when you passed the ball 1 centimeter away from them. I think that has changed, which makes it a bit easier, obviously. And I never wanted to be one of these people as well. So, yeah, I think this is like the biggest development, like from a young, anxious player to a more self-confident player who's still anxious, but kind of knows how to handle it.
So I see what you mean now, almost of like that you can be a perfectionist and not. It's almost the way you're talking, it almost sounds like the aim is always to be perfect at what you know you can do, rather than constantly striving to be this absolutely incredible person in everything. Because like you say, we all have things we're good at. We all have things that we're maybe more limited at. So it's more about knowing what you're capable of and pushing yourself to get there or do slightly more, but not beating yourself up about it if you don't make it.
Exactly.
Yes.
And I think that it's not only better if everything is perfect, because it's also hard to maintain. You know, when everything would be perfect, it's kind of hard to know, okay, what are we working on then? And it's also impossible. And in my opinion, it's really hard to reach a perfect state. You have like moments where you are like, yeah, that was pretty good. But to be like, oh, this was perfect, I handled this situation perfectly, I don't think I've ever said that.
No.
It's really interesting, actually. I'm kind of big into sports psychology, but only through the lens of everybody's different and they see things in different ways. And I think, as you said, from when you were younger compared to now, you can have the same adversity but perceive it in a different way. I very much am a believer in the importance of experience in terms of doing things and so on. But to sum up, even the nuance that exists within that. So I played for 16 years. And as I was older, for some games I would feel nervous, but I would feel nervous because I wanted to do well. I wanted to win the game. And that nervousness was actually a positive because it really mattered. And from that point, I knew how to win a game. I knew how to play well. So it's like, this is actually thrilling. When you're younger, you don't really know what you're supposed to do and so on. But to also add to that, so I was lucky enough to have played in big stadiums and big games, derbies for the team that I supported, which was Man City and so on. But to this day, the thing that gives me the most anxiety, and this is to this day, I retired 5 years ago, penalties.
Really?
Yeah.
So much anxiety, because for some, the way I saw it, there are some players who step up to take a penalty in a normal game who are excited to score. If I had to take one, I'm worried about
Scared to
missing.
miss. Yeah.
I'm so worried about missing that at times it would affect how I would attempt to take the penalty. And I could practice and practice and practice. But whereas for some people, if they see a penalty saved, it doesn't affect them. For me, this penalty saved before I've even kicked it. And if somebody saves it then, like, for anyone listening, if you ever happen to be in goal when I'm taking a penalty in amateur football, if you want to get in my head,
Producer Greg's taking notes.
just say to me, I know where you're going. Because the moment they say they know where I'm going, I'm now caught in this world where, well, if I go that same way and they save it, why didn't I go the other way? But if I go the other way and they save it, why did I change my mind? At this point, there is no thought of me scoring this penalty. But through everything else, nothing phases me, crowds, moments, whatever. But penalties, I just can't do it.
No.
I can't do it. I just can't overcome it.
Have you taken?
Help me.
How do you feel about penalties? Have you taken them before?
Yeah, I have. I think I've missed one. The rest was quite successful. But it's funny because you say that because that was my bachelor thesis. I did like a test of competitive anxiety in penalty situations. Obviously, I couldn't really demonstrate like in the game. That would be weird if I would come with my hello. I have a little questionnaire here. Excuse me. But so we kind of simulated in training, which was quite funny because it's like you say, some people just didn't care about it. It was like literally no anxiety at all. I was like, you're destroying my results here, but good for you. And then the rest was like really anxious, even in training, when it's just the social pressure, I guess. But yeah, I feel quite okay about penalties. I think like routine helps me there, like breathing, knowing what to do, and then you just be as confident as you can in that moment. But I get it. It's like
I feel sick now thinking about them.
It's a strange situation. I agree.
Could I just give you one story? I'll try and not make it too long because we were talking before about my last game for the 21s being against Germany in the final in 2009. The semi-final was against Sweden. The tournament was in Sweden. And through the summer for the 21s, we'd worked on penalties in the build-up to the tournament. So much so that the manager at the time, former City manager Stuart Pearce, had said that if there's a penalty shootout, we know what the order's going to be. This is how you're going to do it. And it was also super specific because he told you which way you should go based on your success rate in training.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's how specific he was because he was keeping a tally of not just if you scored, where you scored and how you scored.
Wow.
So, due to a series of unfortunate circumstances, when it was the semi-final, we were 3-0 up at half-time. Second half, we had a player sent off and it's 3-3. It's gone to extra time. It's gone to penalties. So now we've only got 10 players left. So the order comes out and I'm somehow number 10. I can't think why, but I am number 10. Yeah. And obviously, former player, Micah Richards is number 9. Yeah.
So what if there's 10 and there's 10, where's the goalkeeper?
It's Joe Hart. No,
fair
Joe
enough,
Hart's
right,
at number 3-4.
Yeah,
Like the anxiety thing, he has no anxiety for scoring penalties. None.
Just
He's excited to score.
Spanks it in the top corner every time.
The brighter the lights, the more excited he becomes. Yeah. So the penalties are going on, and first goal in, second in, third goal in, fourth goal in. Myself and Micah are just at the end of this line, like, oh my goodness gracious me, this is hell on earth, yeah. And for however anxious I am, when it got to the 6th penalty and it's time for the sudden death section, he turned to me and he said, "Can we swap?" Yeah. Think about that. However anxious I am, the guy in front of me has said, "Can we swap?" The fate of the nation was on myself and Micah Richards, 2 people who would have fled the scene 3 penalties earlier if we could. Thankfully, we didn't have to take one. We made it to the final. But genuinely, the 2 of us quaking in our boots. And for me personally, what made it worse was, and this is part of the psychology of why I struggle with penalties as well, I'd always strike a penalty well to the keeper's right, but the keeper tended to save it. I'd never strike it well to the keeper's left, but it always went in. So my worry was that one day I'll go to the keeper's left, the keeper will go, and it'll look like the worst penalty you've ever seen. So Stuart Pearce told me, go to the keeper's left for this penalty. And I was so nervous, honestly. I don't think I'd have been able to play another game if I missed that penalty for England. But thankfully, I never had to take it. Made it to the final. Obviously, there was an issue in the final, little glitch against the Germans. But it was. That's the story of anxiety as well. Me and Micah Richards and Joe Hart, three City players in the story.
Exactly, Did you have to take? Were England taking first or second?
We were taking first.
Oh, that's even worse.
Yeah, but in fairness, it's just worse because we were 3-0 up at half time. This could have been the easiest game in the world. And then instead, it's like paddock stations. And Stuart Pearce must have been looking at the 2 of us at the back like, oh gosh, this needs to end soon. Otherwise, we're in big trouble here. And for all those that remember, Michael Richards' penalty in pre-season in America, which was the highest kick you've ever seen in your life. We're talking like conversions in rugby, clearing stadiums, all sorts.
It should be coming down in the next few days, shouldn't
The
it?
ball is in orbit, honestly. Great times. Good people.
Brilliant. Just one final one on your PhD. You spoke recently really brilliantly about how you want to sort of make more of an impact on younger players as well, as you've mentioned, and how you feel you would have benefited from that as a kid. So like what parts of that sort of psychology and sports psychology do you think would benefit young players now compared to maybe the Becks that was coming through as a 14, 15, 16-year-old? What sort of do they have now, or do you feel it's going in a direction to have that you maybe didn't have?
I think the direction we're going in is definitely like the right one, because there are psychologists at every club. Like I said, it's not like perfectly, but at least there are people you can talk to. And then, I mean, we see it here. We have like a wellness and well-being coach and like these things around football, which also make the player feel like, oh, it's not only me on the pitch that matters to the club. It's also who I am as a person. What do I want to achieve? What do I want to work on? And I think it goes hand in hand. So I think we're definitely on the right path here. And then what I still want to improve is, I think it's knowledge, but also like easy tools, because I said before, like it's very theoretically, like there are loads of books, but not every player likes to read, for example. So how can I make it more, available for them? So in my best case situation, I would just be able to maybe, give young players 2, 3, 4 methods that they can work on or try. And everyone can just choose like, oh, that actually really helps me. Like, for example, this breathing technique really helps me before a game or when I want to sleep. Or this visualization is really helping me in the game when I struggle with anxiety, for example. I feel like it's like very easy things, and it's more about routines and like training, because it's also training.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of players don't really know how easy it can be. Not saying it is easy to just do it, but it's not like crazy. It's not rocket science. Like it's quite easy, I think, to work on, for example, anxiety, goal setting, and these things. So in a perfect world, every young player would get this advice and would be able to use it, and also would feel like support. Like I'm okay, like using this and trying this, and I'm not judged by anyone, like if I have a bad game or if I struggle with that. So I think the awareness is quite good, but we can still improve there, I'd say.
For sure. And where you sort of mentioned that you're keen to sort of pursue this as a career after football, hopefully a very long playing career still to come. But is it that sort of wellness and well-being that you want to be in, or is it more within a club or within sort of a particular area of the health sector? What kind of are your ambitions in that, do you feel?
I'd really like to work for a club or like a federation, because I like working in a team and the football environment, so I'm obviously gonna miss that if I ever stop playing. But yeah, best case, I would be able to coach teams, individuals, coaches maybe, and then also combine that with like research, like uni work and that stuff, because I kind of enjoy that, and I think it's benefits like everyone then if you have the research but can also apply it to everyone.
Brilliant. Well, Bex, thanks so much for joining us on the podcast. Before we let you go, we have to do the usual questions that we leave for every guest. So the person who was in before you has left a question for you. That was Lily Murphy, your teammate. So we'll get her question, and then you've got to leave one for the next guest, but we don't know who that's going to be. So it's all up in the air what you want, really. But Lily's question was, what's been your favourite moment in a City shirt so far?
I think we're going back to the Etihad now. I would actually say it was the moment walking in to the arena or to the pitch.
Yeah.
Because that was massive. Like I could see the ending of the light show, and like just walking in there, that was a big moment.
It's exciting.
Yeah,
That's
a
the only
cracking
thing I
one.
miss from football.
Yeah.
It's the only thing. Played for all those years. Like, you can play this game, that game, but that feeling of walking down a tunnel into an arena and seeing that many people there to see you play, especially in some of the biggest games that you can play in, literally could not describe the sort of feeling of that every time you did it.
Proper thing where like you can only understand it if you've lived it.
Well, unfortunately, yeah. Like, people in the stadium can get a feel for a big game, you know, being in your own crowd and audience, but literally waiting in the tunnel, the referee's like saying, everyone, right, it's time, we're all going out, and then bang, people are like, come on, this, that, and the other, walking through, flags, everything. Oh, so good. So good.
You got him going.
So good.
Yeah.
I got me going. I'm sorry. I'll calm down.
He's going to be coming out of the Joy
listen.
tunnel, going out and
I
clapping.
just need one person. That's it. I need one person to be there, and I'll be happy. That is it. George, be my person, please.
I'll do it. I'll get in the stand for you. Don't worry. Brilliant. And then a question, if you've got one for our next guest. So we don't know who it's going to be. It could be a teammate. It could be one of our men's first team. It could be a celebrity fan. It's whoever. So the more random, the better.
Okay, so this is very random, but I would like to know. I'm just hoping now it's not going to be a Dutch player, because I would really like to know if you hear German and Dutch, which language sounds worse? Because everyone says German sounds so bad. Honestly, when I hear them talking Dutch, German can't be that bad,
Okay. I like it.
right?
I like it. I like it.
So please.
I like it a lot.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. The war begins here, right?
Yeah. I'd normally have an opinion when someone leaves a question, but I don't want to upset anybody.
I think I know my
don't
answer.
know.
I think I know my answer.
Do you?
Yeah, but we'll cut the mics
Go on, if
first.
you say yours and I'll say
No,
mine.
we'll cut the mics
Should we say it
first.
at three same time?
On three. 1, 2, 3, do it, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Dutch. Oh, he's done me. He's done me.
Well, thank you. That's all I wanted to hear.
That was George Kelsey. In case you're curious.
How have I
It's
not
issue with
seen
the
that
Dutch.
coming?
It's the issue with the Dutch.
Snakes don't hiss. Snakes don't hiss.
Dank je wel.
Thank you,
Dank je
Val.
wel.
That's a great question. Danke.
Honestly, I said, like, I love Holland, just to make that clear. But this language, everyone says German is like,
No, that's
Dutch is only. I'm telling you.
Yeah, George. Unlucky, mate. Unlucky, pal.
Stick to your guns,
Hopefully
don't
we'll
you?
see you again.
Well, we got you here.
Yeah.
I know.
Good luck to Dutch
Absolutely,
players.
don't we? I know, yeah. Well, it's been an absolute joy hosting the last ever episode of the podcast that I'm on as I leave the stadium. No, Bex, thanks so much for your time. Thank you for ruining my podcast career. And
welcome.
no, it's been a pleasure. Thank you, Lauren.
Thank
coming
you,
on.
guys.
The unbeatable official Manchester City podcast. Watch the full video version of this show via City Plus now.
Got a question? Send us an email at podcast@mancity.com.